All right, guys, so today we're going to be discussing 7 streams of income. And I want to know, how many streams of income do you have? And to be honest with you, a lot of the world, they only know one stream. And we're going to get into that in a few. The first stream of income that is created, and this is what the majority of people living today knows about, and that is earned income. And it has a blue stripe, 2 blue stripes underneath. And the reason I have the blue stripes and some have green is because the blue stripe represents stuff that you actually have to do with your time. It's going to take the majority of your time, or it's going to take time. You need your time to get that money. The green lines are where you have to take your money and your money works for you. And that sounds way much better, all right? So earned income, that's pretty much where you give your time up for dollars, all right? So that's what the majority of people know. But the thing is, we see money, the way I feel about this is, money I can always get back, but one thing I can't get back is time. So I'm going off through life and I'm giving my time for money, and I don't get to enjoy the full potential of my life. So this is why I tend to stay away from earned income, even though I currently still work a job, but I'm looking within the next 1 to 3 years to leave my job and just go straight on by myself by building up some streams of income for myself. So the second stream of income is profit. All right, and you guys can see it has a blue and a green line, which means you're gonna have to take some time. You're gonna have to open, some people, they like to open the shop, but the only thing is they have to give their time to that shop to make their money. But at the same time, they still have green, which means you have to take your money, buy the product and sell the product and make money off that product. All right, so that's profit. You guys know about profit. Now, the third stream of income is interest. And this is something that the banks love to do a lot. They loan out money, and that person that's actually borrowing the money has to pay him back with interest. If you borrow $1,000, they say, hey, we want $200 back. And that's how they make money doing that. Now, how do we take advantage of that? That's why I say, hey, check out high interest savings account. I've said this before on the channel. If you get a high interest savings account, even if you only get a 2% interest back, you get that money, that's money working for you. You put your money in somewhere in that savings account, and that money is working for you by getting you money in return, all right? So that's another source of income. The fourth source of income is dividends. And of course, it's green again, which means you put your money into a company, and that company gives you money back for holding on that stock, all right? Dividend income, that's a great income as well, all right? Number 5, rental income. Of course, you guys should know what that is. If you buy a rental property and you have somebody living in that rental property, every first of the month, they give you money for letting them stay in that rental property. So that's income that you guys receive as well. At number 6, income stream number 6, and that's capital gains right there. Now what this is you actually have something, you purchase something. Let's say we go back to the rental property. You buy that rental property, capital gains, and all of a sudden that house is, you bought the house for $200,000 and now it's worth $300,000. You gained a capital gain of $100,000 through that. And also something that I love to take advantage of is gold and silver. I buy gold and I buy silver, and if prices of gold and silver goes up, that qualifies as capital gains as well. Now, streams of income number 7, royalty income. What does that mean? If you make music, if you make books, if you write a book, you make music, or you create a movie, over time, every time that movie is being played, every time that book is being read, every time somebody buys that book, of course, and every time somebody plays your music, you get some royalty checks, all right? Now, how would you take advantages? I'm gonna go over it later, all right? But those are the 7 streams of income: earned, profit, interest, dividends, rental, capital gains, and royalties, all right? Royalties. Now, am I taking advantage of all this? Most of us, we take advantage of one. All right? My mentor told me, hey, if you rely on 100%, if you rely 100% on one stream of income, you're setting up yourself for failure. And I don't like to fail. I mean, nobody loves to fail, all right? So what do we do? Let's go over them. Earned income. I actually have earned income. I actually go to work, and my wife participates in earned income as well, but morally it's her business. So one is, I have a job, my wife owns a business that she has to put in her time to do, all right? So yes, we're taking advantage of earned income, even though we're trying to go where we eliminate the job and just, hey, if we have to do it ourselves, where we control the money, where we control the payout, that's even better. So we do want to take advantage of earning income, but it's just the type of earning income. Do you want to do it through your own business or do you want to do it through a job? All right. Number 2, profit. That's where you take something and you sell it. And I actually do that as well. I actually sell some of my gold and silver that I actually handmade and poured. Sometimes I sell merch and I make a profit off that. So yes, I am taking advantage of profit income. Number 3, interest. All right. I have a Robinhood savings account, well, cash management account, where all the money I put in, I get a percentage back. Even if it's a 1.8%, it's still income because the amount of money I have in there yields me about a good $50 a month. All right, $50 a month. All right, so that's something that I can always add on. And all this right here that I do participate in, I do want to add more to it and then grow it some more, right? The earned income. I want to see what can we do to maximize our business, not the job. I don't want to go in there and get a raise. I want to make sure I maximize what I can do to actually grow that profit. I want to actually profit more by creating more product, by selling more products. And interest, I want to put more money in so I get more interest on that. All right. Now the 4th thing is dividends. I do have some dividends. I do have some dividend paying stocks that I want to add more to that to grow that as well. Now remember, there is a risk in that because hey, yeah, I can be getting that dividends, but if the stock prices go down, so I have to make sure I do the research for me to actually find a good company that I believe within the next 10, 20, 30 years will still be around. So for all those times, I still rack up the interest and also get advantage of that capital gains, all right? Now, number 5, rental property. I'm not taking advantage of this yet. This is one stream of income that I don't have just yet, but if you guys been watching the channel for a while, you guys know I'm planning on investing into a rental property where I can get some of that so I can get involved in this right here. And number 6, capital gains. Capital gains. What assets do you guys have? What assets do you own? Now, for me, I'll say besides gold and silver, the only capital gains asset I can say I have is stocks. If the stock goes up, I get capital gains from that stocks as well, all right? So those right there. But I do plan on getting more capital gains myself. I do want to get into more stuff where I can get capital gains like that rental property. If the property goes up after I buy it, if the property goes up, that's profit. That's capital gains as well. All right. Now number 7, royalties. Now I know what you guys are saying. Eli, you make music, but yeah, you know my music's not getting me no royalty check. Eli, you don't write books, not yet. Eli, you know, you're not making movies, not yet, but what am I making? I am making YouTube videos. I am making a whole bunch of YouTube videos. I've been made a lot, but guess what? Videos I've made 3 years ago, I am still getting paid because people are still watching them. I'm still getting paid, even if it's just 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, it doesn't matter. I am still getting royalty checks. So the more videos I produce, the more good quality videos I produce, like this one, maybe 5 years from now, people are still going back to this video right here to watch, and I still get royalties from these videos right here, all right? So that's the thing here. And I'm not saying that, hey, you guys have to get all 7, all right? You guys don't have to. Hey, the best way to do this is, hey, all right, cool. We get earned income. We have earned income. Can I create a business? You have to make your brain think. You have to make your mind think because this is the best asset you have. You have to make sure you have your mind thinking like, hey, all right, cool. I have earned income, but it's through a job. What can I do to start a business where I can still do the work, but I'm making the majority of the profit? It's not a company that's paying me pennies on the dollar, all right? Figure that out. Next one is, hey, what can I profit on? What is it that I can sell to make profit? All right, hey, interest income. What is it that I can do? Maybe I could save a little bit more. Maybe if I save and put in a high interest savings account, and I can have that money. Matter of fact, there's times where I have friends that, hey, you need $100? Hey, I'll loan you the $100. But hey, you know what? To be honest with you, you just give me 110 back if you want it. Deal or no deal. Of course, there's risk in that, but there's times I've done that, and I only do that with people I trust. All right, only people I trust. So there's ways. That's me making my mind work. All right, that's me making the mind work. Dividend stocks. I mean, come on, this one is fairly easy. There's a whole bunch of good dividend stock that you guys should definitely take advantage of. All right. And I buy all my stocks through the Robinhood app. If you guys don't know, matter of fact, check the description down below if you guys want a free stock through Robinhood, and you can start looking at companies that pays dividends. Of course, do your research. I should have a video going in depth dive on how I use my Robinhood app. But yeah, check that in the description below if you guys want a free stock and get the Robinhood app. Or there's plenty of different companies out there as well. There's M1 Finances. Do your research, all right? Just do your research. Rental property. This one, out of everything for me, will be the hardest one to get. Reason because I have to take my time and save up the money for me to have it, all right? I can do it now, but I want to put a little bit more money down so I can make the monthly mortgage a little bit lower, all right? Capital gains. Some of you guys who watch this channel for the gold and silver that I talk about most of the times, you guys already participate in this gold and silver, especially if you have stocks. You guys already participate in that capital gains. Of course, you have to make sure that you invest in the right assets that will go up over time. All right, for you guys to take advantage of the capital gains and the royalties. Royalties, what is it that you guys can do? Do you guys love to write books, build an audience, write a book, sell the book, and 10 years down the line, somebody else sells it, you get royalties from that. If you like to make music and sell it, and people likes the music, and then over time, every time somebody buys that music, or every time it's streamed on YouTube or streamed on Apple Music, you get a little percentage off that. If you guys like to make movies, all right? Now, the easiest way I believe is you take your time, you brand yourself, you create a YouTube channel, and you get monetized, and over time, you get royalties like that. But these are just ways I do it. Like I said, your brain is the most powerful tool that you currently have. You can do this even way better than I do it. Just think about it, take some time, like I said. And the best way to start doing that is read some books that these people that actually participate in this do. Read some of them, like get into their minds, understand them, listen to YouTube videos, watch YouTube videos, listen to audiobooks, listen to audio of them talking. Great way to participate in this, and I believe even if this year, if you're focusing on getting another one, even if it's just $1 that you made for that year, it's something, it's something, because you can build onto it. If you can make $1 profit, then that means you can make $100 profit. Just keep doing that same thing over and over again, all right? Interest, high savings interest account, lend out some money, and all that can be done, but it's all up to you. All right, guys, so in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the 2 ways that money is being made today. Now, I made a video a while back called the 7 Streams of Income. Now, that's a good video, especially if you guys wanna get some context on this video, I'll definitely say check that video out. But yes, on this video, we're gonna be talking about the main 2 ways that money is made in America. Well, not just America, in the whole world. So in this world, we have consumers. Consumers are people that buy stuff and use them and go buy them again and reuse them. There are so much things that are consumed by people today, like toilet paper, toothpaste, toothbrush, all those stuff, all the main stuff that you're just gonna keep using and reusing, even TVs, phones, all the stuff that people buy to consume, it puts them in the category as a consumer. And at the same time, we also have producers, people who make the toothpaste, people who make the toilet paper, people who make the toothbrush, people who makes the clothes that we wear. They produce and they sell to the consumers, and we pay our hard-earned money for the things that we do technically need. And with all that, the producer gets a profit from doing that. They produce it, we consume it, they make the money from it, all right? Now, there's a small niche of people, there's a small group of people out there that unlocks the 3rd item here, and that is prosumer. That's where you take a producer and you take the consumer and you put them all into one. And a good example would be, there's a whole bunch of people on YouTube that likes to consume food, right? They buy food and they just cook food and then they eat food on YouTube and they make money from doing that. They have so much subscribers, they have so much viewership, and they're getting paid to consume. Like me right now, on this channel, I talk a lot about gold and silver. That's one of my hobbies. I love to buy gold and silver and I love to buy assets. And what I decided was, hey, since I love to do it, let me create a YouTube channel around it, and then I monetize it. So I take my hobby and I'm making money from my hobby. And that will technically put me in a prosumer thing. Now, this has nothing to do with the video. I just think that you guys should know about this. It was a great catch. I read it in a book called Prosumer Power, and it made so much sense to me that I just wanted to share with you guys here. But let's go into the main topic, the 2 main ways that money is being made in this world today. Now, the first one is employee, and the second one is employer. And most of you guys may be saying, oh man, Eli, what you want us to do? You want us to create an imaginary business and employ people? No, just hear me out. All right, so let's go over employee real quick. Employee is where you take your time and you make money. In a nutshell, that's what it is. And some examples of this is a job where you actually clock in and give your time and they give you money back. And at the same time, we also have small businesses. Now you guys may be saying, yeah, but small businesses, you own the business, so you're not technically an employee, but you still fall under your time. Now you guys may be like, hey, Eli, yeah, but as the business owner, you can actually hire people to do it for you. Yes, that's true, but you still have to put in time to make that money. Reason being is because you can hire an employee as a small business owner, but at the same time, will that employee really take care of that business? Would he take care of that business the same way you would take care of that business? I mean, I don't think so. More than likely, it's not gonna happen. So you still have to put in your time, your hard-earned time to actually make that money, all right? But the only downfall with being an employee is you have 24 hours in a day. So with that being said, there's a huge ceiling on the amount of money that you can make. You only have 24 hours. So there's a finite amount of time that you actually have to make money. Now, a lot of people, there's a huge percentage of this world that falls under this category where they give their time to actually make money. All right. And a lot of people, they view this as the safe way. And we're going to get to that later. They view this as the safe way. Now let's go to employer. You know, the one where you're like, oh man, you got to create an imaginary job to hire people. Now let me break it down for you. Employer, right? What it is pretty much you give your money, you take your money, and that money makes you money, right? Don't make sense? All right, let's put it this way. Your job, your place where you work, the employer that hired you, right? What is it that they're giving you? They're giving you money. So they're giving you their money so you in turn can make money for them. All right, plain and simple. In a nutshell, that's exactly what it is. They giving you money so you can go out and make more money than they're giving you for them. Now you guys may be like, oh yeah, but that's different. No. Think about it. They're not giving you money to lose the money. If the money that they're giving you and you're producing less value than the money that they're giving you to them, then most likely you're not gonna have a job at the end of the day. I mean, let's really think about it. Back in a recession, companies, when they were going under and they're not making as much money, what did they do? They're like, oh, you know what? Let's keep on giving money to these people so they can produce us less money. That's not what they did. That's why they cut off a lot of people. A lot of people lost their job during a recession. So if you're not making money for that company, if you're not producing way more than what they're paying you for them, then more than likely you're gonna be out of a job. Maybe not today, but somewhere around the lines, you're gonna lose that job, all right? Now, a good example of money making money for you is stock. You know, if a stock appreciates, you get money, and also through dividends, you get money back. Another way is through real estate. You need capital to buy that real estate, whether you're gonna flip it or whether you're gonna use it as a rental property for you to make money back. Bonds, you still need money, and hopefully that bond appreciates for you to make money. Interest money, like when it comes to interest, banks don't say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna loan you $100,000, but make sure you pay me back $100,000. No, they're gonna add some interest to that. So they're gonna be like, hey, you know what, we're gonna give you this $100,000, but we want $110,000 back from you, all right? And the next thing is assets. All this thing I'm showing you with assets, you can actually buy gold and silver, like I talk about on this channel a lot. You can buy art. There's so much assets that you can buy that hopefully that you would want them to appreciate during time, and then you gain some money back, you gain some capital gain back on that, all right? But everything I just showed you, it actually takes money. You need to have some capital, some sort of capital to put into it so it can start making you some money back. Now, this one right here, there's no cap. There's no cap. As long as you have the money to put into it, your money, there's no ceiling on it. There's no ceiling on the amount of money that you can actually make. Where this one, employee, there's a ceiling on the amount of money that you can make. On this one, the employer, there's no true ceiling, okay? Now, a lot of people will view this one as risky. Now, let's go over this. Yes, this may be risky, and they say this is safe, this is secured. You have security in as being an employee working for an employer, right? Well, let's really think about it. My mentor always told me there's no security in a job unless you're working as a security officer. That's the only security you're gonna get, okay? Now, plain and simple, you saying it's safe. What if the company is going down? Let's say it's going bankrupt. What happens to you? Like they say, hey, you know what? We don't have no more money. We're not making any money, so we're still gonna keep you as an employee. I don't think so. More than likely, that's not gonna happen. They're gonna cut you off, and what happens to you? Are you truly safe? Because the bills, the light bills, the water bills, the rent, the mortgage, is not gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry, you don't have a job. Okay, hey, listen, I'm gonna give you a whole year to get back on your feet, and once you get back on your feet, we'll just start it off as regular, okay? We're not gonna add any more money to it. No, they're not gonna do all that. They're gonna be like, hey, listen, I don't care what's going on in your life. We need to keep our light bills running. We need to pay our bills, so we need you to make sure you pay your bills so we can have our money, so we can get our profit, right? This is how everything operates, guys. But you guys may be like, okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah, but the company I work for is an amazing company. Okay, cool. There was one time last year in my job, I actually messed up my wrist, right? What happens if my wrist didn't recover? Am I gonna work like this? No, I have a real physical job. I can't work like this. I can't work with one hand. I can't work with one hand tied behind my back. So thank God I recovered from it, but at the same time, what would happen? Would the job be like, oh, Eli, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pay you the same exact amount if you was working here, but you just stay home and you don't have to work no more, your hand doesn't recover. They're gonna be like, no, Eli, listen, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pay you as much as we can, but there's gonna be a cutoff limit, okay? Good with you? All right, man, it doesn't matter if you like it or not. We're just gonna do it. So with that example, are you really safe? Well, you may be like, oh yeah, man, I got a great pension plan. All right, let's put it this way. Let's X yourself out the picture. Let's say something that happens to you, God forbid. Let's say you pass away. Now what happens? Is the job gonna be like, hey, you know what, Eli, listen, we know you passed away, but don't worry, we're gonna take care of your family. We're gonna take care of your kids. We're gonna take care of all that for you. No, on this side, if you do it right, if you invest right, you may have that potential. If let's say you buy real estate, that house is still gonna be there, and something that people still gonna live in there, and they're still gonna have to pay that rent check, which means it goes beyond you. It can outlive you. But this one right here, once you can't clock in no more, is it really safe? All right, but let's go this way. Let's put it this way. Let's say you're not able to perform at the same level that you used to perform, maybe because you're older now. Are you still safe? Or they're gonna be like, hey, you know what, Eli, he was good 20 years ago, but listen, we could hire Pablo from across the street, pay him less money, get rid of Eli, and we'll save money. Now, more than likely, I'm pretty sure they're gonna choose the latter, all right? So, for my case, for me personally, some of you guys may not agree with this. Yes, it may be risky. But I believe I want to take my chances with this, because right here, this is my time. I only get one life, guys. I only get one life. We all just get one life. So it's my time. The thing is, I can always make money. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm always going to figure out extra ways to make money. But one thing I know I can't get is I can't get extra time back. I personally can't get extra time back. I can lose $100 million today, and next day I'll make it back. I'm always gonna make money back. But if I lose 100,000 hours working for a company, that 100,000 hours I'm not getting back. All right. So that's pretty much what I want to say. Now you guys may be asking, okay, cool. There's employee. I understand the employee part, but I still don't understand the employer part. How can I benefit from this? Do I have to get a company? Do I have to start my own business and employ? No. See, the dollars that we have right now, you have a choice. You're given a choice with each and every dollar you have. You can either choose to spend it and give it to the producer so they can make money from it, or you can hire, you can employ, you can be the employer to that dollar right there and be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna employ this dollar. And matter of fact, I'm gonna employ as much dollars as I possibly can to work for me. All right? Employers, that's what they do. Yeah, they're employing people, but how do they employ people? With their dollar. So they're really employing their dollar, they're investing their dollar into you, so you can go out and produce them more money than whatever they put in to you. Why are you not successful? See, it's February, the beginning of February. Last month, it was January, the beginning of the year. And a lot of people set New Year's, but now it's the second month, and I guarantee you there's a lot of people that just forgot about their New Year's resolution, or just said, hey, you know what? It's too hard. I'm not gonna do this. I'm going to quit. So today I want to let you know why they quit, or why they didn't reach their New Year's resolution. Even though it's just the second month, they're not supposed to hit it that fast unless they just set a minor goal. But that's what we're going to be talking about today. Why is it that people probably quit their New Year's resolution? I have an ideal. This is not the main reason, but I have an ideal. Back, like, let's say 5 years ago, when I used to set New Year's resolution, yes, I want to lose weight. Yes, I want to make more money. Yes, I want a better job. And then the next year come and I'm saying, yes, I want to make money. Yes, I want to lose weight. Yes, I want to make a better job, until I got to the point where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. What was stopping me from actually hitting those goals? What was it? Now, the first thing was not focus. I wasn't focused. I'll set New Year's resolution. I was like, yeah, that'll be good to hit. Okay, that'll be nice to hit, but I wasn't really focused. I'll go through the distractions. I'll go through all those stuff that used to stop me from even thinking about the goals I wanted to hit. Like, hey, you know what? Forget about that. Hey, I want to pay my bills. Oh my gosh, I need to survive. Oh my gosh, I need to put food on the table. Oh man, my phone bill is $50 and I don't have the money to pay for it, so I need to pay for it. And all those extra stuff that caused me not to be focused. I got distracted by life. So technically, I let life take control over me instead of me taking control over life. And a lot of people are distracted by life. A lot of people are distracted by life. And when I take a look at it, it's real funny. When I take a look at it, some of the stuff that I was worried about back in 5, 6, 7 years ago, I'm looking at them now, I'm like, man, dude, I really made a mountain out of something that was really a molehill. Cause right now I'm just stepping over them like it ain't nothing. I'm just tiptoeing over them, just like that. And right now I'm seeing this and I'm like, man, like, come on. So I wasn't focused enough. I had to get focused, because the year when I set the New Year's resolution and I actually accomplished it, I was laser focused. I was tunnel vision. Nothing else mattered. Nothing else mattered. Hey, I said, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get in shape. I got it. Hey, you know what? I need to make more money. All right, I got it. Now, the second thing that stops people from hitting their New Year's resolution, or that stops people from success, is the want is not a need. Wanting something is very different than needing something. Listen to me, I have asthma. So when the asthma attacks me and I can't breathe and I need air, I'm going crazy for it. I have to take my nebulizer. I have to take my asthma foam. I have to do those things. So there was a story. You guys heard of this story. I mean, come on. If you haven't heard of it, hey, I'll be the first one to tell it. So it's my story if this is your first time hearing it. But if you heard it, then it's somebody else's story. But the story goes like this. A businessman meets a monk. The monk is successful. He wants to know, he wants to know what the monk knows. So he goes to the monk. He's like, hey, listen, monk, I need you to teach me what you know. I want to be successful just like you. The monk says, hey, is that so? All right, come, meet me up tomorrow. Meet me at the beach tomorrow. Businessman's like, that sounds weird, but okay, I'll go. The next day, he goes to the beach. He goes to the ocean, and the monk says, hey, listen, I need you to go inside the water. He's in his business suit. He's like, what? Hey, do you want to be successful or not? Go inside the water. He goes inside the water. The monk says, hey, go a little further. He goes a little further. Hey, go a little further. Now the ocean is right here. The monk meets up with him. He takes his head, dunks it inside the water, but he's diving. He's fighting to get some air. He's fighting. He's just jumping up and down underneath the water. Of course, the monk didn't let him out. And just when he's about to fade out, the monk lets him out. And he's like, man, what the is wrong with you? And the monk's like, hey, when you was underwater, what did you think about? He said, I wanted to breathe. Asthma, breathe. I know that feeling. He's like, hey, I want to breathe. And he's like, what did you think about? All I thought about was air. He says, hey, when you want to be successful as bad as you wanted to breathe, that's the only way you can achieve the success that you want. You need it bad enough. You can want something. You can want to lose weight. Hey, you can want to make more money. You may even want to get that dream job. But until it becomes a need, until that want becomes a need, it's not going nowhere. All right? The same way, the same 6, 5, whatever, however long years ago, I was like, yeah, I want to lose weight. Yeah, I want to do that. Yeah, I want to do that. But it was just a want. I wanted to do that until it clicked, the mental click. And around 2016, I was like, man, I need this, man. I need a win. I've been going on 4, 5, 6, 10 years, my whole life, without wanting these things, and I never got a win. And it's like I'm failing at everything I try to do. And it became a need. I needed to get a win. I needed to know I can do these things. I can't just say them and not get them each and every time. I had to know I can do it. And then I became all those phone bills, all that extra stuff, girls, all that extra stuff just went out the window, and I was like, let's go. All right, roll with the punches. Somebody came, knock it out the way. There's another story I want to tell. A guy sees a dog, he's howling, yeah, don't mind me. And he goes up to the owner, he's like, hey, why is that dog howling for? He's like, oh, he's on a nail and the nail's hurting him. He's like, well, why don't the dog just get up? He's like, oh yeah, see, the nail is in him, but it's not hurting him enough where he wants to move. It's hurting him where he wants to whine, but it's not hurting him enough to actually get up and go somewhere else. And sometimes we're like that. We have a job. Hey man, this job sucks. Oh man, I hate my boss. Oh man, I need more money. All right, why don't you go look for another job? Well, you know, man, you know what? It's not that bad. I gotta go through all this. I gotta be, no, it's just them being lazy. It's not, maybe it's not even lazy. Maybe it's just the unknown. Going to a different job, dealing with different people and not knowing exactly where they're gonna get. So they want to stick with the evil that they know. And it could be that as well. But until it becomes a want, until that want becomes a need, you're not going nowhere. All right, so you have to figure out a way to make it, you have to need it. All right. Now, the third thing that's stopping people from success or their New Year's resolution is procrastination. Oh man, you know what? Yeah, I do want to lose weight. Yeah, I do want to make extra money. Oh man, but you know what? I'll wait till tomorrow. I'm sorry guys, I just love stories. I just love stories. If you guys know this, maybe you guys don't. The demons were having a meeting and they were like, hey, listen, the humans, they're getting smarter. They're achieving their goals. They're doing all this. Hey, we got to figure out a way to stop them. We have to figure out a way to stop them. Hey, we can do this. Hey, we can do that. Hey, we can do this. All the demons are coming up with ideas to stop the humans, and they just coming up with ideas. But you know, the leader is like, no, that's not going to work. Hey, we tried that already. Nah, I'll pass. All the ideas came up with shut down until somebody in the back room, one demon was like, hey, I got an idea. How about we tell them, hey, you can do it? How about we tell them, we give them inspiration. We tell them, hey, yeah, that's good. I love your dreams. I love this. I love that. You can do it. But you know what? Just wait till tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow. And the leader was like, hey, you know what? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go out and do that. You guys may not be spiritual. Maybe that doesn't even matter to you. But procrastination is a killer. You hear that thought in your mind every time. Oh man, you know what? I should exercise today. All right, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna eat nothing. I'm gonna eat a salad today. And then you have that thought in your mind. Yeah, that's good for you. That salad will be good for you. But hey, it's just one day. Why don't you wait till tomorrow? And then tomorrow comes, yeah, I understand, but just wait till tomorrow. Then that day comes and wait till next week. Okay, cool, next week. And next thing you know, 5 years done passed and you're still waiting for tomorrow. And that's procrastination. That's what's stopping you. That's the #1 killer right there of your dreams. Procrastination. All right, that's why it says that. Poor, you're poor. Now, I know it doesn't start with poor, but it's procrastinating. But yeah, you guys know what I'm trying to say. Now, the next thing is don't know where to start. Now, this one is common. You may have a great dream of, you know what? I want to make $1 million in the year 2020. And you're like, where do I start? I have no idea. Where to start? I mean, you don't even know how to spell $1 million, let alone make $1 million in that 1 year. You don't know where to start. Well, guys, I'm gonna tell you where to start. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly where to start. It actually starts with you. It starts with you. Your mind is the biggest thing that you have, the biggest tool that you have. All right? You were given a 3-pound brain. And that's the biggest asset you have. I mean, a brain, the mind, is what leads to the iPhone. It's what leads to the Tesla. It will lead to electricity. That's what led to fire. Well, the last one may be caused by accident. But anyways, it starts with you. How do you start something that you have no knowledge about? One thing you can do is get a mentor. Get a mentor. Second thing you can do is, hey, Read books from people that have what you want. Learn what they say. Go on YouTube, listen to these people, listen to these motivational speeches, see what they know. And there's a book list down in the description below that has some of the top books that actually taught me what to do. All right, I'm telling you guys, make sure you guys check the description below. Look at some of the books there is, and look at some of the titles, look through some of the titles, and you guys will actually understand what I'm talking about if you read it. But like I said this before, I'm gonna say it again. All this sounds great. Some of you guys may be like, yeah, man, I'm motivated. But unless that fire is internal and not external, because right here, if I'm motivating you, this is external motivation. But once that fire becomes eternal, which means it's within you, that motivation is within you, and you're motivated because of you and not because of a video you seen, then nothing will happen. You're gonna get motivated. Yeah, cool. Then life is gonna hit you back up and slap you right in the face, and boom, you're not focused. All right? And that want is not a need. So you guys have to get it in you. All right? Read some books, go to YouTube, get the information. Start with knowing what you want. I told you guys this in a New Year's resolution video, the first video I think of the year. You guys have to know this. Know what you want. Know what you're willing to give for it. And what small steps are you gonna take? What small steps are you gonna take? Hey, you wanna make $1 million? Maybe not by 2020, but maybe 5 years from now. Hey, start by investing, all right? Maybe get into some stocks. Look at some stocks, research. Hey, maybe get into some stuff that gives you return on your money. Hey, you put more money into it, and hey, you get more money back. But guys, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Hopefully, and I truly, honestly, hopefully you guys got something from this. I'm telling you, because a lot of people may see this. Maybe if 1,000 people watches this video, maybe 1,000 people will watch this video over the span of this course. And I guarantee you, out of 1,000, maybe 1, if not 2, maybe 3 will actually take this and just do it. Well, not this. These are what you don't want to focus on. All right? If you just stay focused, know what you want, turn that into a need. Turn it to a need. If you just stop procrastinating and find out where should you guys start. Find out where you guys should start. All right? If you guys want to lose weight, hey, maybe it starts with just 10 push-ups a day, every day. Until you're like, hey, you know what? These 10 push-ups ain't doing nothing. All right, hey, let me go run along with the 10 push-ups. And you know what? Hey, just for heck, hey, I'm good at it now. I'll do 100 push-ups and I'll run. Or I'll do some exercise. I'll do this. Hey, cool. 8 months later, I lost the weight. If it's money, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll start with some dividend stocks. Hey, cool. I'll just get $1 every 3 months from this dividend stocks and I'll just build it. I'll build onto it and compound it and compound it. Hey, you know what? I want to get my dream job. All right, hey, let me see what kind of job, like, what is my dream job? First of all, hey, I want to go on there and go fill out some applications. Something, guys, that's pretty much all I have for you guys, you know, there's nothing else to say. All right, guys, so today I want to talk about why it's not a good idea for you guys to save money. I know. A lot of people's gonna be like, Eli, that's stupid. You want to save money? Oh man, make sure you save money. That's the worst thing I've ever heard. Well, just hear me out, because we're starting now. Well, to be honest with you, one of these success gurus, you guys may have heard of him. He was the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. You guys haven't heard of him? No? Well, he says savers are losers. Nowadays, yes, savers are losers. And I'm gonna explain that to you in a few. But let's get right into this, all right? Let's look at back in the 1960s to the 1970s, 80s, and even some of the 90s, all right? It was a good time to save money, a great time to save money. Don't get me wrong, you hear a lot of baby boomers saying, hey, listen, go to school, get an education, get a good job, and save a lot of money. This is why they say that, because in their mindset, in their psyche, they're still used to the way it was back then, but right now we're in a totally different playing field. I'm gonna explain that to you. But back in the 1960s to 90s, it was a great time to save money. You were able to get high interest on the money you save. All right, high interest on the money you save. All right, now take a look at this as well. Your money was actually working for you. It was working for you. You were able to put money aside, and that money you were able to put aside to save up was making money for you. Money working for you. That's awesome. All right, that was a great retirement plan back then. Now, like I said, a totally different ball field here. Now, back then, around those times, your money was able to keep up with inflation. Keep up with inflation. Great time. If I was in the 1960s to 1990s, I would have saved as much money as I possibly can. But like I said, we're in a totally different ball field. Because right now, it's no more. All this, wipe it down. It's no more. You can't do it no more, all right? Reason being is because it's not a good time to save money. It's not a good time to save money, all right? You have low interest rates on your money. Banks are offering what? 0.0000000000000000001% interest on the money you save. Which means your money is actually working against you. And you may be saying, how, Eli? How? I'm saving my money. How is that money working against me? I don't understand. Well, here's the reason. The same way you were able to keep up with inflation back in the old days, right now, inflation will eat your money alive. Too much? All right. I just woke up, so bear with me here. Right now, inflation will eat your money alive. Right now, the annual percentage rate for inflation is like what? In between 1.8 to 2%. So that means you're losing 2% of your money each and every year. So that means 10 years from now, the money that you actually saved up, if you saved up money for a whole 10 years, that means you would have lost 20% of your money, somewhere around 20% of the actual money you have. So that's like you having $100, you saved up $100 within a whole 10 years, which is crazy if you only save $100 for a whole 10 years. But that's like you saving $100 for 10 years, and they're like, hey, you know what? I'm taking away 20. So really, what you actually saved was $80 in a whole 10 years. And that sucks, honestly. How can somebody plan to retire on that? All right? So this is why I say saving money is bad. It's really bad, all right? It's really bad. Now, let me give you guys some examples here. If you guys take a look at this picture right here, you guys can see a CD back in those times, like around 1984, it actually yields you 12% yield on your money. That's crazy. That's like you saying, hey, I'm gonna save $100 for 5 years and I'm gonna get $12 back in return. Not only does that keeps up with inflation, that also makes you a little bit money in return as well. Because let's just say inflation was just 5%. So you lose 5% of your money, but at the same time, you also gain 12%. So you wouldn't be all down about it, all right? Now let's compare that to right now. Now you can average anywhere between 0 to 1% interest on the money that you save. But inflation is running around 2% right now, each and every year. Look at this right here. In 2018 to 2019, if you were able to save $100, that's $100, $100 in 2018, in 2019, the $100 will be the equivalent of $101.81, which means you lost 1.8% on your money. 1.8% on your money. And here's the funny part is as well, Robinhood, which is a brokerage account, is coming out with a cash management app, all right? Where you can put your money, and guess what they give you? Guess what they give you? They give you 1.8%. 1.8% on interest. So that means if you put money in that cash management account, you're keeping up with inflation. 1.8% is the same exact amount you would have lost in between 2018 to 2019, but if you had it in the cash management account through Robinhood, it would have yielded you the same percentage that you would have lost, so practically you would have break even. So even that's better than losing money. I mean, who's in the business to lose money? Not me. You guys are? I mean, let me know how it's working out for you. All right, so we went through all this. Now, I want to see, what is it that we can do? What is it possibly that we can do to protect ourselves from losing money? Worst case scenario, from inflation, losing it all. What can we do? And that's just basic, that's just basic inflation. We're not even talking about hyperinflation. Let's just talk about basic inflation, because that's a whole topic for a whole nother video. So let me give you guys some of my thoughts on what you can actually do to actually protect your money. Okay, so now that we know that we're actually losing money each and every time we save money, what can we do to actually make our money work for us? Well, believe it or not, there's a lot of people that believe saving money is the way to go. And that can be if you want to do it that way. So I'm going to give you guys a better saving account. I'm not gonna give you guys a better saving account. I'm gonna tell you guys it's a better savings account. Get a better savings account, all right? There's a whole bunch of online bank accounts, not the traditional bank accounts like Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and all the other big companies like that. Not the traditional ones, but maybe online bank account. There's so many online bank accounts, like I showed you guys the Robinhood one, where it's a cash management account, but you can also use it as a savings account, where you can get anywhere between 1+%, all right, as far as interest when it comes to your money. And that makes it much better because, hey, you actually have a chance to keep up with inflation, if nothing else, all right? Now, number 2 is a 401k. You get around a good 3 to 8% in your 401k, and that's just on average, all right? On average. If you have a 401k, and we're not even talking about whatever your employer matches, we're just talking about just what you have, or just what you contribute into the 401k, and you get anywhere between 3 to 8% each and every year. Sometimes it could be more, so that's a good way. But the only thing I'll say when it comes to this is, if you're about to retire and you've been saving on a 401k plan for a while, and something happens to the economy where all the stock goes, if your 401k is tied up to a lot of stocks, then it's gonna, you might take a loss at that time. So just a reminder, there's always risk with everything, okay? Next one is stocks. Individually picking stocks. I know what you're saying. Yeah, we went over that with 401k. But no, there's apps like Robinhood, like I told you guys before, that you can actually go individually. Now, the only thing is, you don't just go buying stocks, all right? You don't go buying stock. This comes with a whole bunch of research. You have to do your research on the company. You have to do, there's so much stuff. Check the balance sheet. Listen to conference call. You want to make sure you do it. Now, this one is not, it's not where you just put the money in there and hopefully it grows. Sometimes you can get lucky if you just say, hey, you know what? I got lucky a couple of times on stocks. There was a stock, I forgot the name of it, but I put some money down into it. I didn't do that much research on it. But to be honest with you, I did get a somewhat of a profit or somewhat of a return back on that stock. And that stock did pay monthly dividends. So I did get it. Sometimes it works out, but I didn't do no research. So as soon as it went up, I took the profit and I head out. Because I didn't know that much about the company. I got lucky with that one, okay? And to be honest with you, now that I look back at the stock did go down drastically. So if I kept it for over a year, Now, especially when you're doing with stocks, you want to go long term. There's so much stuff that happens when you go, like if you hold a stock for more than a year, you get write-offs when it comes to tax, all right? Well, the tax bracket is a little bit lower when you hold the stock for more than a year. Okay, but yes, number 3, stocks. Now, number 4 is your own business. Some people may be like, hey, I don't have a business. I don't even know where to start. I don't have the capital for a business. There's tons of people who starts businesses, even a YouTube business like this, with little to zero money, and they generate long-lasting income, even enough to replace a job. So it doesn't matter. And some people just do it talking about coins. Some people do it talking about whatever hobby they like, and they make money off their hobby. That's the way you guys can monetize any hobby that you may have. It may not necessarily be a business where you have something and you go out to sell it. But the best thing about this is, once you own your business, you're anywhere. I put 50 to unlimited percent, but we're talking about anywhere between 1 to unlimited percent of your money back. All right. If you do it correctly, if you go in there, you don't quit, you just stick with it and tweak up some stuff when it comes to your own business, whatever it may be, the potential is unlimited. So in recaps, better savings account that preferably pay you anywhere between 1+%. If you find a bank account, online bank account, which there's some out there that gives you 2%, that's even better because you're keeping up with inflation, or in some cases, like I told you before, you have a little bit more interest than inflation, okay? Now, 401k plan yields you anywhere between 3 to 8% return. And sometimes if the year is good, if the market is great, then you can even bypass that and go beyond that, all right? And vice versa as well. If it goes down, you may get 1% or maybe even 0. Like I said, anytime when it's dealing with investing, it's a risk. Now, number 3, individual stock picking. That potential is anywhere between 3 to 20%, depending on your work. And if you're good at what you do, if you master it, if you know what to look for in a stock, if you know what to look for in a company, you can way bypass this. I mean, come on. You could have put all your money into Tesla last year around $200, and right now it's around $500. You could have doubled your money, tripled your money, if that. And number 4, build your own business, and the potential is unlimited. All right, guys, so today we're going to be talking about 12 simple but yet effective ways to actually save money. Now, I made a video talking about why saving money is bad, but I never said not to save money, because you need to save money. But if you're trying to make millions of dollars by saving it, then technically if that was the case, then everybody would be millionaires right now. But that's not the case. But let's get right into this, all right? The first step to saving money is creating a budget. All right, now you guys may be like, hey, how does me creating a budget actually helps me save money? If you can create a budget and be like, hey, you know what, I'm sticking to this budget no matter what, then you can save some money at the end of the month, because who likes being check bills broke? You get your paycheck, you pay all your bills, and then now you're broke. When you create a budget, you're trying to see what is it that you can do without. Meaning, hey, maybe that Netflix bill, I don't too much watch Netflix, so let me X that out. So pretty much do a deep dive on all your spending and see, hey, where is it that you're spending the most money on? All right. It could even be Starbucks. If you're going to buy a coffee, $5 a day, that $5 adds up. Now imagine if you were to take that $5 and just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to put it into an account and forget about the Starbucks coffee. Or even if you like your coffee, hey, you know what? Let me just take $20 and go buy a coffee maker. Or maybe not $20, but man, who knows? Just buy a coffee maker and see how much money you can save by not spending it on Starbucks, $5 each and every day. All right. Create a budget. Number 2 is save automatically. Now, I actually use this with my bank. There's some banks where, hey, it takes the change if you buy something like a Starbucks coffee. If you buy it, and let's say it's $5.10, then their bank's automatically going to take the change, the 90 cents that's left to make it $1, and round it off and take that 90 cents and put it into your savings account. Now, that's an option you guys will have to talk to your bank to see, but save it automatically. Even with the app called Acorn, it's an app where you buy something and it takes the change, it'll round it up to the next dollar and put that and start investing it for you. That's another great way. Now, number 3, emergency fund. Now, you want to make sure you have an emergency fund just in case for emergencies. It's right there in the name. If there's an emergency that happens, you have the funds already and you don't have to be like, oh man, look at this. Oh, wow. I gotta go do this and I don't even have the money to do it. It gives you the peace of mind, and also it helps you save, all right? Helps you save. Now with an emergency fund, I would like to say in between 6 months of living expenses. If anything were to happen, hey, you lose your job or anything, you can be like, hey, you know what? You have 6 months to fall back and look for another job. Now, number 4, track your spending. Track your spending. Like the first thing I said, track where all the dollars are going to, all right? Each and every day, you have dollars, all right? And you vote with your dollar who you want to be successful. You can either choose McDonald's, Starbucks, or any other company, or you can do the smart thing and just choose yourself. You vote with your dollar. Hey, you know what? Let me buy myself. Let me buy a little bit of my time back. All right. So definitely track your spending. See what you're spending. See what you can do without. If it's that Netflix bill, hey, you know what? I don't watch Netflix. Let me cut that off. And hey, good thing is I get to save $8, $12, $15 each and every month just because I cut that off. All right. Now, the 5th thing is avoid debt. Oh my gosh. Listen, guys, avoid debt. Don't try. What I like to do is, if I can't buy it outright, if I can't buy something, I'm not buying it. All right. If I can't buy it 7 times, like, hey, like if I like Michael Jordan shoes and it costs $100, well, if I don't have $700 to buy that shoe 7 times, I'm not buying it. All right. I want to stay away from debt as much as possible, because now you get yourself into debt, and now you create that debt company, residual income. Because now, let's say they have a 5% interest, they're going to charge you each and every month that 5% extra. They're just making free money off you guys, and that's not a good way to be. All right. Number 6, the 30-day rule. The 30-day rule. All right. If you have a huge expense you want to buy, oh man, listen, that Macintosh computer, I want to buy it so bad. Why don't you, instead of saying, hey, you know what, let me take that $1,500 to go buy that computer, just give yourself 30 days. And by the end of 30 days, let you get some time to think about it. After 30 days, if you're like, you know what, I still want it, okay, then go ahead and make the purchase. But after 30 days, you're like, nah, man, good thing, I don't really want it. It's all good. Then you don't buy it. And the same thing with lower purchase. I'll say 10-day rule. If it's like smaller purchases, like maybe $100, $200, all right? Take 7 days and think about it and be like, you know what, I don't think, you know what, I don't really want it. Or if you still want it after the 7 days, then okay, then purchase it. but it helps out. Number 7, maintain home, car, and health. All right, my mentor always told me the best cure there is prevention. Your home. If you have a house and you see something going on wrong, maintain it before it gets even worse. Then you'd have to pay a little bit more money than it would have cost you if you just maintained it in the first place. So maintain your home, especially with your car. It makes sure you always do your oil change. Make sure you always change your spark plugs. Make sure you always do that. And alongside with your health, exercise. Make sure you eat right. Make sure you do all that good stuff in the back end so you don't have to worry about it later on in life. All right. Great way to save money, because I'd rather spend $100 doing an oil change on my car than spending $3,000 to actually get a whole new engine for the car. All right. Number 8, 401k plan. Now this one may sound very simple, but believe it or not, there's a lot of people that may be watching this video right now. Yeah, I see you, you right there. You don't have your 401k plan going, don't you? Shame on you, shame on you. But there's a lot of people who don't have 401k, or they opt out the 401k, but that's just money that you put aside and the company's gonna match it up to a certain amount. That's free money right there. Let's not take that away. Let's just keep make sure you get your 401k and take advantage. If you can max it out, then max it out. All right, it helps you out in the long run. It's just free money being given to you. All right, at the end of the day. Number 9, buy around sell time. Sell. Oh my gosh, if you have something, hey, if they have it on sale, go ahead and buy it when it's on sale. Now I'm not saying that, hey, since it's a sale period, take all the $1,000 that you have and just go buy it because it's on sale and you can get more. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, hey, if there's something that you need, if you could find it on sale, then do it that way. Okay, saves you money, trust me. Number 10, use coupons. Now a lot of people be like, oh man, I don't want to, that's my grandma, she the one who used to coupon clip. No, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you, hey, there's an app called Groupon. You go on there and they have different coupons for different types of stuff. Hey, use it because you can use money off, especially if it's something that you're going to buy. I'm not saying look for stuff that you want to buy and be like, oh yeah, since I have a coupon for it, let me go ahead and use it. I'm just saying, hey, you know what? Hey, I need to buy a shirt. Let me see. Do I have a coupon for that? Okay, cool. There's a coupon. All right, take advantage of that. And number 10, eat in. If you have the food at home and you can make it, yeah, it may take you a little bit of time to actually make it versus if you just go to a restaurant, a fancy 5-star restaurant, and pay $300 for one slice of salad, then you know what, eating in sounds much better because, hey, you have the food here already, it's already prepared, and you already did your grocery shopping for half the price it would have cost you to actually go to the restaurant. And you eat in versus, hey, now I'm not saying don't eat out all the time. I'm saying, hey, if you used to do it 5 days a week, I think it's much better if you just, cut it down to 1. If you want to go on a date, yeah, okay, cool. If you want to take your family out, okay, cool. But if you're taking them out each and every day, me and my wife, we have a system. Once a month, hey, we'll go out. We'll go out and eat. Yeah, we have the money to do that, but hey, we have food here. Well, it's a waste to have food then. So that's how I like to look at it. And number 10, YouTube it. You guys may be like, what? YouTube it? How do you make money off YouTube? Of course, there's ways for you guys to make money off YouTube, but there's also ways for you to save a whole bunch of money on YouTube. Listen to me now, listen to me. Let me give you guys a story. There was something wrong with my car. Every time when I turn the wheel, it will start clicking. I hear this clicking sound. I take it to a mechanic and he told me, oh yeah, man, it sounds like the tire's gonna fall off. Oh man, we want to get that checked out. I'm like, hey, how much is it? He said, hey, you know what? It's gonna be around $300 just to inspect it and maybe anywhere between $1,000 to actually fix it. So up front, I have to give him $300 and I was like, oh man, all right, let me see what I can do. I go on YouTube and I described whatever sound I heard on YouTube when I turned the wheel, and they gave me this video and I saw the video and it says, hey, take this off, boom, boom, boom. It was about a good 30-minute long video and I decided, it took me about half an hour. Well, it'll take me half an hour now that I know what I'm doing, but it took me about an hour and 30 minutes to actually do everything right. So I watched the YouTube video and I actually did, and it was a small piece. It was a small piece just like this that I just had to replace, a rubber piece that I just had to replace. And it's fixed. And guess how much that cost me? It cost me $3 for the rubber piece. It cost me just $3 for the rubber piece. I already had the tools, but if I had to get the tools, it would have been maybe $18 for me to get the tools that I needed to actually do that versus the $300 that I had to pay up front. So yes, anything like when it comes to my car, especially car, home, everything that I normally do goes straight. It comes straight from YouTube. I've learned so much from YouTube. When it comes to cars, home maintenance, even health-wise, hey, what kind of exercise should I do? I go on YouTube and I YouTube it. Anything that I need to spend money on, a lot of money on that I probably don't have, I'm like, you know what? Let me go on YouTube first to see if I can learn a little bit more about this situation. So yes, YouTube can save you money. So anything that may cost you a lot, hey, it's like learning a trade. Cause hey, if my car starts making that clicking noise again, I don't even have to watch a YouTube video. I know exactly what to do to stop it. Just take $3 and go to the store and then buy the rubber piece and change it myself. But that's pretty much some of the ways that I found highly effective to actually save some money when it comes to your income. All right, but that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. My name is Eli. If you guys found value in this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, leave a thumbs up, and also share this content if you see fit. Thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful day.